Hey, hey, you. Yeah, you.
Me?
Come here.
Me?
Come here. I got something for you.
Is
Got
it a
some.
treat?
Got some news for you.
News?
That's right. It's the news, baby. Hello and welcome to the News Jersey News Podcast, a podcast made to make you want to become a better person. As always, I'm your host, Ray Lou, and I'm hanging out with my buddy here, Cosmic Kev. The time is 8 p.m.
The one and only.
Monday, the 8th of March, 2021. Is this a real podcast? How do you know?
Nah.
Can you prove that it's real? If you can prove that News Jersey is real, or if you can prove that anything is quote-unquote real, email us at NewsJerseyOfficial@gmail.com, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces. Apologies from the News Jersey team. This is the alpha version, by the way. Apologies for not uploading the pod last week. You guys missed some pretty decent stories, but you'll be all right. You'll be all right. This week we got a few gems for you, including an NJ state senator busted for DWI. A guy gets busted in AC for starting a fire as a distraction for a liquor theft. A disease cluster that is not COVID. A chiropractor gets his license reinstated after being busted for a sex felony. But first, the NJWEEDMAN has been arrested again.
Wow.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
While most of us have been selling and buying weed in secret, even though technically marijuana itself has been legalized, one businessman has been selling it in the wide open, right across the street from the city hall in the state's capital of Trenton. His name is Ed
Doesn't give a fuck.
Forkian. His name, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's Edward Forkian, but you could call him the NJ Weed Man. He owns a cafe in Trenton that openly advertises the sale of as many as 16 strains of marijuana, marijuana edibles, and even magic mushrooms. The place is called
What?
NJ Weedman's Joint. They also have food and
What's
things
the
the
exact
cafe would
address?
sell. Something on
You said it's
on
right in
East
front
something
of City
Street.
Hall?
Yeah, you could just look it up.
Dude,
It's called NJ
fuck
Weedman's
where?
Joint. They advertise a grilled cheese sandwich meal, and it costs only $4.20, and it looks pretty damn good. He also has a marijuana mobile, which basically looks like an NJ State Police cruiser that he bought from an auction and then repainted and covered in green LEDs. It's pretty badass. But yeah,
Yo, I never heard of the NJ Weedman until this story, and this is my new favorite person of all time.
oh
The
yeah,
NJ Weedman.
he's so
It
fucking
it
awesome.
looks like you're gonna get run up on by a fucking like state trooper in an SUV, but they're hotboxing in there, you know?
Yes, it's just the
Hilarious.
lights on the roof are just green. Yeah, he's like a Rastafarian. He's like spent time out in Cali. He like got arrested before. He's been arrested many times, but he's been arrested again. Uh, as one does when you openly sell weed from a storefront across the street from City Hall. Edward Forkian, age 56, and a passenger Dawn Ferry, age 29, of Freehold, were arrested on various drug offenses and traffic violations, according to Wait, what did I write? Passyunk? Wait a minute. Nah, Passaic County prosecutor Camelia M. Valdez. He was found with, quote, a couple of grams of marijuana, 2 vape pens, and $9,000 in cash, which he said was seized by the arresting officer. He quote unquote says this is a street robbery by a Wanakee police department. Here's another quote. Most people thought they were voting to legalize marijuana when, in fact, if you read the amendment and our existing marijuana laws, marijuana will remain illegal, and I think the state bamboozled the citizens, hoodwinked them into voting to give certain people, these cannabis cartels, the opportunity to make billions while still continuing to illegalize the masses for us. For us, he's talking about like the little guy. He says like the billionaires are like taking over. That's what's happened with this vote in his eyes. He was charged with possession of marijuana under 50 grams, a disorderly persons offense, possession of hashish under 5 grams, a disorderly persons offense, again, I guess 2, I don't know. Possession with the intent to use drug paraphernalia, disorderly persons offense, another one. Oh, okay. So that's what they're classified as, those offenses. 4th degree possession with the intent to distribute marijuana under 5 grams, 4th degree conspiracy to distribute marijuana, and 3 motor vehicle summons for improper or unclear plates, operation of a motor vehicle while in possession of drugs, and color of lights emitted. Like I said, the green LEDs are all over his car.
It actually looks fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that car.
I love it. He definitely bought that at the police auction. But yeah, man, go check out NJ Weedman's joint. That's the cafe in Trenton. They'll sell you some fucking weed and some grilled cheese and probably some banging ass chicken wings. All kinds of good stuff. Says that his shop averages about 200 customers a day and even more on the weekend. So that's popping, man. And he was busted with $9,000 cash. Should convicted sex offenders be allowed to practice medicine? Should they be allowed to practice chiropractic? This guy, Brian Bajakian, who practiced as a chiropractor in Paramus, New Jersey, had his license revoked in 2010. Yeah, Paramus. 2010.
Paramus.
For, quote, 2 counts of luring children on the internet, having possession of child pornography, and possession of an illegal weapon, end quote. And then his license was reinstated last week for reasons unknown. I've looked at those chiropractor videos on Instagram where it's like, would you let your wife go to a chiropractor? And he's like grabbing her all over and like popping her back out from different angles and like bending her legs and shit, like pop, pop, and then like thank you. I feel so good now.
That's what they went to school for.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's really medicine, but whatever. Lawmakers were not happy about the decision. So Governor Murphy promptly put 3 board members on a bus, his first step toward a reboot, while legislative leaders have drafted a measure that eliminates sexual predators from the state's healthcare industry entirely. It will prohibit licensure to people convicted of felony sex crimes. Yeah, his lawyer insists that his client, his lawyer is Douglas Anton. He's Bajakian's attorney. Insists that his client is no predator, that it was all an elaborate misunderstanding, and that he was merely researching a book about protecting children from online predators when the Bergen County prosecutor railroaded him into a plea. Of course.
So what was the sex crime?
The sex crime, okay. Yeah, the sex crime was he was doing research. This is what the attorney says he was doing, quote-unquote research, which included inviting a cop posing as a suicidal teenager for an anal massage, or sending nude photos of himself to another cop. So he sent nudes to a cop posing as a 15-year-old girl, and he invited her over for an anal massage, as if like that's gonna help. Anyway,
that's some fucking bleeding edge research in the chiropractic world, man. Anal massages, yeah.
That's the future of Western medicine. But yeah, so he got booked for that. It said he said he went to jail, but I didn't see how long he went to jail. But
okay, so he went to jail, he did his time, and then they gave him his license back?
Yes. And
that's fucking whack, bro.
That was back in 2010, so it's been like 11 years since that happened. But yeah, so I guess they're going to do something about that, supposedly.
I guess this is the new normal in the post-COVID America, you know?
Yes. That'll help put your COVID symptoms into remission, is a nice anal massage. Are you tired of coronavirus? Don't worry. We got a Legionnaires disease outbreak in Union County. This is coming from Trenton, WABC, New Jersey. The New Jersey Department of Health is investigating a cluster of Legionnaires disease cases in Union County, with 14 confirmed cases and 1 death. All cases have been reported between February 3rd and February 26th. The individual who died was a male resident of Union County in his late 60s. Quote, "This is a continuing investigation," said New Jersey Health Commissioner Judith Pershilly. We've heard from her in past episodes. She says, "The risk to anyone who lives in Union County is very small. Out of an abundance of caution, the department recommends that individuals who live in Union County who become ill with pneumonia-like / respiratory symptoms sounds familiar, such as a fever, chills, cough, shortness of breath, muscle aches, and headache, visit their healthcare provider."
So everybody who has COVID.
Yeah.
Everybody who has COVID, visit your doctor. Good advice.
Right. You have either COVID or Legionnaire's disease.
But up to 2 weeks. I read that Legionnaire's disease fucking only affects people like over the age of 50. Like most people are perfectly fine.
Sounds familiar, doesn't it, Kev?
Yeah, man. It's like water COVID.
Yes, it is only waterborne. It does not travel through the air. You cannot spread it person to person. So you got to get it from like a drinking source, and it's treatable with antibiotics. So, and it also takes
Really?
2 weeks for symptoms to develop instead of just lasting for 2 weeks or whatever. In a usual year, the state receives approximately 250 to 350 reports of Legionnaires disease. So yeah, it's just something, it's a disease. Sandra Cunningham, state senator for the 31st legislative district, has been arrested for DWI on Thursday morning at 9:30 a.m. Apparently, she sideswiped a Nissan Altima and a Ford Focus in her Infiniti G35X SUV. Both cars were unoccupied and legally parked. She was given a blood alcohol content test, and the results are pending. Former New Jersey governor and friend of Sandra Cunningham, Jim McGreevey, has said that he doesn't think alcohol was involved. But, of course, he's a biased source.
He doesn't think? That's all I heard.
Yeah, he says that she was having a funny reaction to her medications, but whatever. And she also got a DUI or a DWI. Well, it says in 2006 she pled guilty to operating a vehicle under the influence of drugs or alcohol and paid a $708 fine after she was ticketed in November 2005 with a DWI and a blood alcohol reading of 0.18 according to the public records.
That's it. She's guilty. She did it.
Cunningham's spokesperson has refused to comment, as one does. The smash up comes on the heels of another prominent state Democratic lawmaker being busted for drunk driving. I think this was last month. Hawaii State Senator Sharon Har, who has in her professional career pushed for tougher drunk driving penalties, was busted last month for allegedly driving under the influence.
Yo, what's with these Jersey City fucking officials fucking hitting stuff with their cars, fucking other cars, handcuff people, their coworkers? Like, these people hit everything with their car, man.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything about Jersey drivers because we're the best.
Nah, you know what it is? It's because there's no parking in Jersey City. That's what it is.
That could be it. You don't want to leave your car there overnight in like a towaway zone. You got to get there. So here's a drunken plan gone wrong, if I've ever seen one. A man named Earl Cooper has been arrested for starting a fire before breaking into a restaurant and stealing around $700 worth of liquor. He's accused of breaking into Girasol on Pacific Avenue. This is the Girasol Restaurante and Lounge, and it's one of those fancy restaurants where they don't have chairs, they just have ottomans, and I don't know if you sit on the floor or what, but it looks like a fancy place. But anyway,
it's what?
It's like I don't know, some kind of restaurant. It's got mad ottomans and shit. It looks real fancy. But Earl Cooper started a fire in a hotel room. I'm assuming it's his hotel room, a nearby hotel, as a distraction, and then he crept into the restaurant and tried to steal all their liquor.
Classic.
Yeah. At least nobody was injured, except for this guy's.
Yeah.
This guy's fucking.
I don't even know how he thinks that would work. He fucking starts a fire. He lights a hotel on fire, and then all the restaurant workers and the waiters and shit go to his hotel room to stop the fire, and he'll steal liquor. Like, what?
I could imagine how, because he was drunk. He had to have been drunk. There's no way that this is a sober plan. And when you steal $700 worth of liquor, what are you stealing that for? Just to drink it all? Or are you going to sell it? I don't get it.
For real.
That concludes this week's episode of News Jersey for Monday, the 8th of March, 2021. Go and support your local weed man, but try not to get him or her arrested in the process, and watch out for Legionnaires disease. And even though it might be a pain in the neck, remember to run a background check on your family chiropractor. Email us at newsjerseyofficial@gmail.com to send us some fact checks or
Jersey Official.
News Jersey is produced by Riverside Studios, subsidiary of the News Jersey Company, edited and recorded and produced by me, the all-powerful Raymundo Maximus, and my accomplice, Cosmic Kev, with special
the one and
assistance
only
from Scuba Steve. I'm going to leave y'all on Elevated by Montclair NJ artist King Ali. Chop, chop.
I elevated my mind. I elevated my mind. I elevated my mind. I done unblocking my chakras. I found a cure to my fears. Bitch, I ain't go to no doctor. I'm manifesting a phantom with C notes like an opera. Tripping, ducking them coppers. Blunted, bumping Sinatra. Mingling out Manhattan. I'm popping bottles at Contra. And nigga, I don't even drink. I just roll up on the contraband. You understand? I've been the man. Way before Shaq played the Kazam. Way before pictures were posted on the gram. All of the ladies will love who I am. I'm moving different. They say that I'm tripping. I think that I'm leveling up. I'm just feeling enlightened, my nigga. That shit get me excited, my nigga. I just hop in the booth and I give them my truth. This one I ain't invited, my nigga. All my blessings been coming in quicker. On a mission to stack up these figures. I elevated my mind. I done unblocking my chakras. I found a cure to my fears. Bitch, I ain't go to no doctor. I'm manifesting a phantom with C notes like an opera. Tripping, ducking them coppers. Blunted, bumping Sinatra. I feel like Tony Montana. I just hope they don't catch me on camera. Best put me over tonight. I'ma be a few months in the slammer. Mama said I don't work for the man. Told her that I'd rather be the man. I don't think she really understands. It's okay, it's all part of the plan. I can't worry about sliding on ops. I can't worry about chasing no watch. I've been focused on tripling profit. Manifested, I feel like a prophet. My bravado persona Ali. I'm a reincarnated Muhammad. The divine in my name is symbolic. My relation with greatness platonic. Wait, I elevated my mind. I done unblocking my chakras. I found a cure to my fears. Bitch, I ain't go to no doctor. I'm manifesting a phantom with C notes like an opera. Tripping, ducking them coppers. Blunted, bumping Sinatra. I elevated my mind. I elevated my mind. I elevated my mind. I elevated my mind.